620 CKRM, The Source, and Living on the Outside. There you go. The Small Town Pistols. Good morning. I'm Colin Lovequist, and we want to welcome and invite some very special guests into our humble abode here to the Harvard Broadcasting Studios. Joining us, Amanda and Tyler Wilkinson, better known as the Small Town Pistols. Now, welcome to the Queen City.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are no strangers to this area?
No.
We've been here quite a few times.
Yeah, it's like it's old home, you know. We know these streets really well after all these years.
And you got a good, loyal fan base in this area in the province of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's the tour going?
It's been great.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
just so much promo because the album comes out on the 19th. So we just been going and harassing everybody and, you know, getting in some snuggle time with all of our old friends. And it's been really cool. I mean, it's strange for us because we took a bit of a hiatus before this music came out. And I think it was a real revelation for us, too, that, you know, we'll run into people, they really, they've seen us grow up. Yeah. And, you know, you don't realize it because you live in your own skin every day. But, you know, we'll have people come up and be like, oh, you know, talk about, 26 cents. What am I going to tell my kids now that the penny's gone?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. They're going to look at me and go, what's a penny, Mom?
Yeah, we'll have to make that 30 cents. We'll
I know.
I don't even know what a phone call costs anymore.
I
don't think it even takes change anymore.
No, I don't think so.
And we're not even that old, so it makes us...
I don't think you can find a payphone anymore, let alone...
I know.
So you're back together. How did this musical force once again get back together? You had the hiatus and decided, you know what, we got to get back out there.
It happened very, I'd say, just really organically, and you know, nothing was forced. It's not like we made like a super conscious effort, like, all right, we're gonna make another record, because I think we kind of were just trying to figure out what exactly we both wanted to do as far as music goes. And, you know, Amanda didn't know if she wanted to make another solo record. I didn't know, you know, my rock band at the time was realizing we were going to kind of go our separate ways. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I liked to write songs. And so Amanda had broken up with her boyfriend and moved down to Tennessee just to kind of, you know, clear her head of things, maybe write some music. And then I broke up.
Really like, you know, that good American
nice
beer,
watered down American beer. And then you know, similar situation, you know, happened with me and my girlfriend. So
it's good fodder for writing songs.
Yeah, we went down and said, you know what, you know, while we both are firing on the emotional drive, let's sit, you know, and get some songs written. And it doesn't matter where they go, you know, somebody else can cut them, but let's just, you know, be creative. And then we finally got into the studio and just did like 4 demos that we kind of, the purpose was to pitch them to other people. And all of a sudden, right after we were mixing these demos, we kind of looked at each other.
Well, Living on the Outside, we were going to pitch to Lady Antebellum. And then as soon as we got in the studio, you know, we had the work tape and we were in the studio. And, you know, it's just, by natural extension, we always sing on each other's stuff because it's like the closest harmony, you know, with us being family. And we started laying down Living on the Outside, and I think that was a real aha moment for us where we went, oh, wait a second, these songs are starting to take shape, and they didn't sound really like anything that we had done as the Wilkinsons or even my solo stuff. So that's kind of how it started, and Dad, he wanted to take a break anyways. My mom developed breast cancer.
Oh, sorry to
hear that. Well, she's cancer-free.
Nice, very nice.
Yep.
Knock on wood today. And but I think that changed a lot for him. Just, you know, it's cliche to say that it changes your priorities, but it really does. And he was a songwriter for years, long before we were ever the Wilkinsons. And so now, like, he's got 3 songs on our record, but he's writing and he's producing, and he at least doesn't have to write for a vehicle now. Like, he had to be like focused on writing for us all the time, and you know,
and it gives him a lot of
always write for your own stuff, right?
It gives him a lot of freedom.
Yeah,
it really does. I mean, because as a songwriter, a lot of times you kind of get shackled to the band that you're in, because let's face it, not every song you write is for the band or the group or you as an artist, but if you try and pitch it to somebody else, they might say, well, why aren't you cutting it? Even though they don't get that you don't feel it's right for you, they might say, well, why would I cut it if it's a hit? If it's a hit, you'd be cutting it. So it's kind of giving them the creative freedom to kind of go out there and write songs for other people.
So we didn't hire a hit on him, and he didn't become like a...
He's not a Buddhist monk.
Yeah.
But he's still got the passion for performing and writing and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he'll do it to whatever capacity he wants to do. And I mean, for us, it's awesome just to see him, like Ty said, not be sort of shackled to us, to be able to write and pitch his songs, pitch his catalog, and take trips to Nashville and do that. And he's happy. And too, you perform. Sometimes we perform 200 days of the year on the road.
Wow.
Now he gets to spend some time with Mama too, which is really, really awesome.
Well, on that vein of thought, usually family bands, they have a tough time holding it together and staying together because it's such a close relationship with each other, and there's usually no place to hide.
Yeah.
What's the glue that keeps everybody connected?
We choose our battles, and I think that if we do have like any kind of differences, usually they're creative differences where, I'll be like, dude, that doesn't make sense to me. Why are we doing it like that? And he'll say, well, it's because of this. And
we also have known between the two of us that if it's a business issue, it stays a business issue. And if it's a family issue that we've got a problem with, it stays a family issue. They don't mix. Even though we are brother and sister and we are in a band together and we do our business partners together, the problem is when people try and mix their emotions about,
and egos.
And their egos and everything like that.
Big thing, egos.
Yeah, and we've realized over the years that there's just not room for that for us.
Yeah. So you're not traveling in separate buses now like ZZ Top or...
Not yet.
No.
Let's talk about the music. The Small Town Pistols, I love the name. I sort of read someplace how the name came to be, but in your own words, Amanda, where did the name Small Town Pistols come from?
Well, anybody who sees me knows that I'm kind of a short lady, and I take after my great grandmother Ida, and she passed away about 3 years ago. She was just like 1 week shy of her 100th birthday, and she everybody who knew her said, "Oh, Ida, she's a pistol," and she was honestly like the most incredible woman. She was completely irreverent in her sense of humor, like had no filter. She was a massive fan of music, especially country music. Half the jokes, well, probably 90% of the jokes she would tell us we probably could never repeat on the air because they were like
that was grandma
colored, so to speak. But then people would see me and they're like, oh, you have that same fire that your grandma has. And Tyler and I are kind of, in our family, we're half Irish, so we're sort of the even out of all of our cousins, we're like we're the wild cards, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's a little homage to our grandma, and we were also raised in a really small town. We were born in Belleville, Ontario, but kind of raised in Wooler and just in the country there.
Still live in a small town.
Yeah, everybody knows your business, even when they, even when you don't want to know someone else's business, it still comes back around. So that's where the name comes from.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
The CD, February 19th, should be arriving in the stores.
Yes.
Sure.
What was the mindset going in to record this project? Hesitation, excitement, any concerns, or you just had to get into the studio and get it done?
I think it was definitely excitement, because we kind of picked through about 40 to 50 songs for this record. And then it's also I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously we were nervous to make this record because we didn't know how people were gonna, feel about it and accept, us as, a new entity with a new sound. And I think at the same time, we just felt like we were compelled and we had to make this record, and we owed it almost to our own creativity to do it. I mean, we would have hoped that everybody
I think we
would have
feel
loved
really
it.
blessed. I mean, to be able to have done the things that we've done as a family for so many years, and to accomplish the things and travel the world as a family,
that's so cool.
That's pretty rad. But I mean, anything that we're doing now is just, it's like gravy, you know. And I think what really has hit us is just people's personal investment. I think that was a little bit of the pressure kind of going into this, being like, okay, well, people are kind of invested, and I guess we like, do we stay on our toes or like, but then you kind of have to lead with your gut. And thank God we ended up with a label that just, you know, they were like, do whatever you want. There's no rules. Just, you know, as long as it's, I mean, that's what our dad taught us too. As long as it's honest and it's coming from a place of integrity, then people will identify with it. If you're BSing people, they will read through it in like 2 seconds. Like, our listeners are incredibly smart. So we're just having a ball. At this point, we can't wait. We're just like, here's our baby. What is it?
Everybody kiss the baby.
Do you like it? Is it cute? Yeah.
Amanda and Tyler Wilkinson, my guests. Small Town Pistols in the house. I read somewhere that this album was filled with personal songs that came from an honest place in your lives.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that just a bit?
There's one song in particular that Tyler and I wrote with a girl named Melissa Bonagura, called Peter Pan. That's sort of written about my ex, which is incredibly... well, it's not so weird now, but like the drummer in our band is my ex, and we've been friends for 16 years, so it's very Gwen Stefani, you know. Right. And this song is very like poignant, but at a certain point you have to go, it's out there to the universe. I'm not there anymore because like I'm engaged, I'm getting married, I'm happy.
Zoom in on that ring.
That's right. It's my it's for street fighting later.
I think there's definitely a lot of there's a lot of honesty on the record. I think you can even hear it in our first 2 singles. I mean, in Colorblind and Living on the Outside. Living on the Outside is definitely something that a lot of people have gone through, and both Amanda and I have gone through it, and we're going through it when we wrote that song. And I mean, in Colorblind, we've been asked a lot of questions about, what does it mean? And, you know, a lot of people are confused about it. And I guess for your listeners, I mean, if anybody out there is confused about what it means, and I think it was just a general statement that if you're colorblind, a lot of times you just see, you know, black and white and shades. And when you think about love, you don't think about love having, a small, minute amount of dimensions and colors. You think about a wide array of, you know, if you're married or if you're with somebody, you don't look at them and go, I only love them because of that right there. You love them because of the things that maybe drive you crazy. You love them for everything. And that's what the song is about, is like, you know what, if love shouldn't operate that way. Love shouldn't have restrictions. It should be open to see the colors and the diversity of everyone. And it was our first time
writing with a guy named Joy Moy, who did Dallas Smith's record and cool. Nickelback, and he also has Florida Georgia Line and Barefoot Blue Jean Night, Jay Cohen, and he's a good old Canadian boy. So of course when we it was our first time writing with him, and he like brought out like beers, and we sat down and we would write a line, and he'd be like, you know what that deserves? Another beer. So it ended up being just a huge love fest, and we worked with some incredible people on this record. We actually have some really cool guest singers that sing with us, like some of our very favorite singers on one track, and we're just over the moon about it. We're just
I'm looking forward to it.
So
I got to be honest, I get very attached to your music, and it's very relatable, and it's been like that since day one, since you guys hit the scene. You get 26 Cents with the Wilkinsons. It's just a song that you rotate to, you gravitate to those kind of songs, and that's definitely appreciated in the entertainment music business.
Thank you.
I know you guys are busy. You've been doing TV interviews, the radio interviews. Any new projects that we should know about right now? Besides the new CD coming out February 19th? Any videos you guys are going to film or work on?
Yeah, we're
we've been on promo tour, so we like got this flood of like treatments in, and Stefano Barberis that did Living on the Outside with us, which was a lot of fun. We got to blow up stuff in the video.
We're hoping he directs our next video.
I think word on the street is that will be happening here in the next couple. Like Living on the Outside is still doing very, very well, so we'll kind of have the wheels in motion for our third single, which will be a song that we co-wrote with Danik Dupel from Emerson Drive, and it's a song called Blame It on the Radio. So we have that, and we're also coming to Craven this year. and Big Valley Jamboree, and we're gonna be back here. So we'll get some more FaceTime in with you guys, which will be cool.
We will definitely get reacquainted throughout the year. I would love to hear something. I know Tyler, you brought the guitar. Let's play some here. What do you want to hit us with?
Weird. You want to do Colorblind?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Here's Amanda and Tyler Wilkinson, the Small Town Pistols on 620 CKRM.
I am not the only one who sees beauty in a setting sun. Oh, 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 oh. You've been knocked down and hurt by some, all caged up with nowhere to run. Oh, 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 oh. Been pushed around like a weather vane, just hanging on through a hurricane. Oh, 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 oh. That's gonna fall apart from too much pain, like a paper bag in the pouring rain. Oh, 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 oh. And all you get is red lights. I can be the one to change your luck. You need a free ride. Here's a little bit of love to lift you up, and I'll be the blue in your sky, just to show you the world's not black and white. Love's not colorblind. A heavy heart is nothing new. Here's a helping hand, I can heal the bruise. Oh, 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 oh. I got a healthy dose of something true. Let it rearrange your point of view. Oh, oh, oh. And all you get is red lights. I can be the one to change your luck. You need a free ride. Here's a little bit of love to lift you up, and I'll be the blue in your sky, just to show you the world's not black and white. And love's not colorblind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Love's not colorblind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, all you get is red lights. I can be the one to change your luck. You need a free ride. Here's a little bit of love to lift you up, and I'll be the blue in your sky, just to show you the world's not black and white. Oh, the world's not black and white. Love's not colorblind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Love's not colorblind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Love's not colorblind. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, very good. Nice, very nice.
Thank you.
There you go. The Small Town Pistols. Amanda and Tyler and Colorblind. And what is the next single? I know you're still having a good ride with the current. What are we going to see? What's going to be the next release?
It is a song called "Blame It on the Radio," and it's kind of a unique title. It's so funny because Denick Dupel from Emerson Drive that we wrote the song with, he's French Canadian,
Yes.
and so he calls and he's like, guys, he's like, do you think that we're gonna get in trouble with this title? And I said, well, no, that's not what the song's about. We're not like, hey, blame it on the radio. Basically the song is,
Well, the song's is essentially about it's another one of those true songs. Everybody's been through it, but it's kind of it's very upbeat and fun way of basically, you're driving around, you're sitting at the house, you're anywhere you can be when you're listening to the radio right after you break up with somebody, and everybody's been through this. You swear that they're in your head because every song they play is about you and it's about this person you've been with, or it has some correlation.
As much as you want to turn it off, you don't, because you're like, well, I'm just gonna wallow in this. But there's a cool little turnaround in the song, so we're gonna shoot a really cool video for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it, and we appreciate this. I got one quick question: are you guys gonna miss the penny? Being Canadians, we lost our penny this week.
I know.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna miss change. No, you know what? I'm not a big change fan. But hey, if it costs more to make it than it's actually worth,
but
maybe it's a smart idea.
They keep saying that we're going to round down.
No,
I don't think we're rounding down.
I don't know who they're trying to fool. We're going to save you a couple cents here, a couple cents there. No, everything's going up, people.
The hockey strike. What'd you think about the hockey strike? Any thoughts on that?
Ooh, I've boycotted hockey this year.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely, 100%. Haven't watched a game. Won't watch a game. Maybe if the Leafs go to the playoffs, but that's because hell has frozen over.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get you. We're from
You know what? If there's anybody from Toronto listening, they're right there with me. We all feel the pain.
Same pain. Yeah.
And it's a deep pain. Hey, I thank you both for doing this, and probably you're going to be heading off onto the road now. Heading where?
We're
Edmonton.
Heading to Edmonton.
Drive careful. Got a call from Ian. Highways are a little slippery, so take your time.
We will.
Have safe journeys.
We got tunes. We got coffee.
Four-wheel drive.
Good to go.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Amanda and Tyler Wilkinson, the Small Town Pistols, our guests on 620 CKRM. February 19th, brand new project hits the stores. We should get your website.
We actually are in the process of building it, but if they're on Facebook, they can go to /Small Town Pistols. And if they're Twitter freaks like us, our handle is SM Town Pistols, and you get to go on there and hear all of our antics. And Tyler,
look at our pictures and see all of our craziness.
Yeah.
How does it feel on your half of the world? If you'd ask, they'd say nothing's changed on mine. Just because I tell